Hello, friends, and welcome back to The Wolf Among Us. As we head into the final episode, I feel the need to reflect a little bit ahead of time. Very briefly, if only to say that this is not quite what I anticipated. It's not that far off, and it's not doing things that I am or should be surprised by, but I'd hope for just a little bit more. I'm curious to see what somebody else, now that Telltale is dead, could do with this property. But, I mean, in the timeline we live in, I'm sure it would only get worse. Oh well. On that note, I guess we should just jump right into this. Seeing as we're headed towards the end, I really need to review the Book of Fables and see if there's anything else we should look at as well. And as much as I think I need to make a clean break with this game, as soon as we're done with it, I will see it. I'll look at it at the time and see if there's anything either worth going back to or reviewing in any other capacity. So, Book of Fables. Looks like we didn't miss anything from 4, so that's good. I'm slightly concerned. I suppose it makes sense that not a lot of new characters would show up in the final chapter, but there we are anyway. I said we didn't... Yeah, so we didn't go through any of these yet. We haven't looked at them, so I guess we'll look at them now. Silver bullets. Oh, okay. Interesting. This will get into one of my nitpicks. Silver bullets. Wolf's weakness. The legends of great and magical wolves often make mention of their weakness against weapons made of silver, and those tales bear out to be true. The silver bullet Mary shot Bigby with was not the first, but any of them could be his last. Any silver left in Bigby's body weakens his system, slows his healing, and can cause long-term damage. I don't know, that didn't really do anything to convince me, nor tell me anything new. It would have been interesting if they had taken a more mythological route with that one, but... Acting Deputy Snow White. With Ichabod Crane firmly out of the picture, and King Cole still absent, the task of leading Fabletown falls squarely on Snow's shoulders. She has performed many of the job's duties for a long time, picking up the slack for Crane. But now that she's fully in charge of the business office, she has to deal with a new level of politicking she had not previously been exposed to. Donkey skin coat. Hide in plain sight. Only the truly beautiful will fully understand the power of a coat that makes its wearer appear ugly. It is the power to be invisible while still being seen. Unfortunately, its value can also be hard to see, but it is still a magic coat, and to some collectors, that is enough. Briar Rose, the Sleeping Beauty. One of the few fables to find fortune in this world, Briar Rose has even turned her weakness into a strength. When her finger was pricked, it not only puts her to sleep, but also those within a certain radius of her slumber. Okay. This can be a powerful tool, and is just one of the ways this Sleeping Beauty is more than a pretty face. If only she didn't need a kiss from a prince to wake her up. Jersey Devil. Is he the only one that's animated? I'll have to check that. The Jersey Devil, Garden State Goon. It's a good subtitle. Not all of the fables who came to this world landed in Fabletown. There are those who scattered across the farthest corners of the earth, and there are those who simply prefer the Garden State to the Empire State. Such is the Jersey Devil. Reports of its appearance have varied, although most accounts make mention of leathery wings. But an encounter with a certain axe of legend some years ago has temporarily rendered that feature absent. You know, yeah, I didn't think it was worth mentioning before, but it's getting worse. The sentence structure here is just terrible. I mean, it puts pauses in appropriate places, but still, this is not a period. This should not be a period. Like, not even remotely. Woodsman's Axe, ensorcelled by druids. Druids, excuse me. Once just a simple tool for felling trees, the axe became much more when it was ensorcelled by druids and marked with their runes. But it truly became an object of legend when the woodsman used it to slice the big bad wolf from nave to neck, in protection of Little Red Riding Hood. It may carry old world charm, but its simplicity of design and quality workmanship make it an effective tool, or weapon, even today. It's a very modern design. I don't know, maybe the only thing that's actually magical is just the axe head, and the handle has been replaced with time. Johann, the butcher. Okay, he's animated as well. I don't know what I was thinking. His name is often said in the same breath as that of the baker and the candlestick maker of Fabletown, and like those other tradesmen, Johann the butcher's storefront has served Fabletown for ages. Fresh cuts, exotic meats, and even full sides of beef for the vigorous appetites of ogres and trolls. But Johann's business has fallen on hard times, and fallen in with the wrong crowd. As the quality of his products declined, and his business turned into a front operation for the Crooked Man, some have started to wonder if they ever really knew Johann. Bluebeard's money. What? Okay. One might think that Bluebeard donates funds to the Fabletown government for nefarious purposes, seeking special favors, or to have a louder voice in government proceedings. But what he really wants is stability and strength, because, as far as Bluebeard is concerned, Fabletown exists to insulate him from the Mundy world. As much as his money can be a sword, it also serves as a shield. I don't know how that fits his character at all. He's such an enigma in this game, I almost don't understand why he is here. The Crooked Lair, headquarters. Occupying a desanctified church, this is just one of many locations the Crooked Man's operation uses to run the Fabletown underworld. Its lounge atmosphere makes for a comfortable meeting place, unless you are an unwelcome guest. It is completely boarded up to the outside world, and the only way in is through one of the many portals, marked by a door with the Crooked Man's Catherine wheel icon, scattered throughout the city and elsewhere. The Crooked Man, Crime Lord. The Crooked Man has slowly built himself into one of the most powerful figures in Fabletown. His operation started with a crooked sixpence and a crooked house, two things he cared about more than his wife or children, whom he killed rather than let them stand in his way. In his rise, the Crooked Man has ensnared many fables in his criminal web, providing them with what they need, but always at a high cost. He is cunning, persuasive, and ruthless. Tiny Tim, Sentry. While most fables theorize that their longevity and overall well-being is improved by the Mundy world's knowledge of them, for a select few, that does not seem to apply. When a malady or injury is an integral part of the fable story, that notoriety can make recovery nearly impossible. That's what Tiny Tim thinks, at least, and no medical care or magic, rather none that he can afford, can heal his leg. Life on the farm. With its idyllic location and managed community, the farm would seem to be a welcome alternative to eking out an existence in Fabletown. But those who have lived there see it very differently. They see it for what it is, a prison. A place where you are free to be who you are and do whatever you please, except leave. It doesn't help that while fables who appear human do not have to worry about being sent to the farm, they always seem to fill the leadership roles there. I mean, the photo that you're showing me doesn't look so bad. It sure would be nice with all the talk of it that maybe if we got some more detail about it. But It's just a legendary place that nobody wants to go. Well, not bad overall. So, now that we're 10 minutes in, almost on the nose, I think we're done with that. Wait, why is there still new entries? It's a bug? Also, wait, is the photo is the icon here is different than the photo. That's the old woman who lived in the shoes house, supposedly. Why is this still... I don't see a little blue... Maybe I'm blind. Whatever. I'm not going to deal with it right now anyway. I don't know that there's anything else for us to look at, but... See, that's interesting. Is this for making that... Unlock all... Oh, yeah, okay. So, fuck you. It's just achievements for playing through a second time and making the other choice by proxy. Fine. Whatever, game... Well, hold on. Let me make sure these don't have... Yeah, okay. They're just the descriptions. Right? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we weren't going to leave anything out. Maybe we'll look at the... Well, the player choices thing is just a review of the thing we see at the end of the credits anyway, so... That's fine. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the game. I have 3 fingers of whiskey poured for myself because that's what was left in the bottle. And something tells me that I may want it or need it. We're gonna see what happens. I mean, now that this picture's in front of me, that's not how I hoped or expected the story was going to end, but maybe it's just messing with me. Here we go.
I mean, your eyes and the teeth. You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Not if I can avoid it. No.
Holly's sister, Lily.
I just don't know what Bigby's doing. If he cares about it. If he even gives a shit.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
We're destroying the tree. No!
We're not burning the tree, Snow.
Hey, you're not really gonna send me to the farm, are you? After everything we fucking been through.
Yeah, replay that
you don't
bad...
have the nerve to give me a straight answer.
I mean, is the thing here that they're going to send me to the farm? Is that the reason why it matters?
Oh God, Bigby!
This time was no joke. Eat as many metal shellings as you see fit, but take just one more silver round near your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
It's an interesting difference that it goes straight into the opening credits. I'm kind of curious how long this is actually going to be. I have to say it again, since I said in the first episode. If there's one thing the game has, it's a certain aesthetic style that I appreciate.
You've come a long way. You must be tired.
Why is the camera vibrating?
And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a lot of rest recently. Please, Sheriff, relax for a moment, will you?
How about you tell your goon to
Want a
stop
drink?
threatening me?
Something to eat. Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really a carpaccio. It's lobster, sirloin. Well, gramercy me. Take a seat at the very least.
I'm here for one reason, and it's not to eat your fucking food.
Okay, that's a little more
Really?
rude than I wanted to be.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey. Well, Sheriff,
Want me to put your
for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here?
other antler
It
through
would
your
help
chest?
settle everyone's nerves, I think.
You know why I'm here. You killed those
I don't
women.
believe that,
What
but I'm
women?
trying to...
Faith and Lily, the girls who worked at the pudding and
He killed her
pie.
by proxy.
Did I now? I assume by your confidence in accusing me, you must have some proof of this, yes? Some allotment of evidence. A witness, perhaps. Hmm?
Did Jersey tell me
I
he
thought
did
not,
it?
but that's okay. Those women. I don't relish telling you that the killings were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you, and to assure you that it's over with. You really don't need to worry yourself further.
Do I know who did it?
I already know who did it.
Forgive me, Sheriff, for doubting your acumen, but who do you think committed these
I'm
crimes?
just... I'll reload if I have to.
I hope you don't still think I did it. I have my bad habits, but manslaughter isn't one of them.
It was Mary.
No, Sheriff. I'm afraid you're mistaken. I have complete respect for you and your job. I really...
I don't like... There's something fucky about this dialogue, and I can't put my finger on it. Because it's like, it's really like poking me to make a choice. And like making me feel like shit for not having the answer. But I don't know how I could have had the answer. Like, my logic there was, that's presumably not... I mean, Georgie wouldn't do it because it's his own business. I mean... Hold on. Before I reload the game, because I am going to reload the game, I'm trying to pick out, like, who it could reasonably have been. Who has the motive and the ability to have pulled it off? And unfortunately, the list is decently long, but it's all hearsay or, you know, all of the... There's no evidence. This is not... what I want this game is to be is, like... And what this interaction really seems to want to tell me is that this is an actual investigation and then somehow I've missed something. But the reality of this game is... It is a shoddy play of an investigation. And I am a shoddy version of a... You know, police detective, sheriff, whatever. So having this interaction at all is very strange. There's no real evidence for any one given person. It's all suspicions and whatnot. So, I don't have a good answer. I know I haven't done this before, but this one bothers me too much. Let's look at the Book of Fables for a second. Nope. Possibly involved. Dead. I don't think so. No motive. No motive. No motive. Or really ability. No motive. Possibly, but unlikely. No motive. Who even is the... Oh, right. Yeah, nope. Not possible. Possible, but questionable motive. Only one of the dumbs is in the room right now. Nope. Nope. Maybe, but like such a non-character than that who would they'd be pulling it out of their ass completely. No motive. Dead. Literally would only be hurting himself. No. Both of them, possibly, but God, why? Like, no motive that we know of. No indication of any motive. No, no, no. Possible, but why? No motive to frame Crane. Possibly. He seems like the kind of prick who would, but again, what motive other than being a psycho? No. And again, possible, but why? What reason? He seems to not be remorseful, but have no reason to. Let's do this again. Oh, shit. Wait, what? Oh, you can pick by scene. That's fascinating. I had no idea. Choose a save file to copy the data. What a weird mechanic.
I mean, your eyes
Can I skip this? Yes. No.
and the teeth. You're
Okay,
not really supposed
well,
to do that, are you?
sorry. It's just that Bigby's pissed off right now. Like, he's just gonna say whatever. But he's also not an, like, he's not an abject asshole. He's not somebody to go out making accusations willy-nilly. Like, his whole characterization in the last episode seemed off to me, even in episode 3.
Holly's sister, Lily.
I just don't know what Bigby's doing. If he cares about it. If he even gives a shit.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
We're destroying the tree.
No!
Why
We're
is
not
Snow
burning
such a
the tree,
prick?
Snow.
Hey, you're
Is
not
she doing
really
something
gonna send me to
evil
the
we don't
farm,
know
are ya?
about it? Or is
After everything we
is it
fucking
just
been
bad
through,
writing? Is it
you
just
don't
a
have the nerve to
abject
give me a
writing
straight answer.
writing and characterization failure? God, I didn't think I was gonna have to watch all this again. I would have tried reloading the first scene, but I didn't. I thought this was the safer option. If I have to do this again somehow, I'll try that instead.
Your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
She's at least not sending us an.
What
Well,
did you have a
admittedly, that
seizure?
was from like
We have a
episode 2 or
great deal
3,
to
but
discuss.
still. Can't skip this either, huh? Okay. Just gives me more time to dwell on all this. Talk about Telltale. Man, why... Telltale always had so much promise. I don't think I could ever reasonably consider myself a fan of any of their work, really. Even the stuff I love the most. But credit where it is due for making it, taking a crack at a genre that basically was dead and or didn't exist prior to
You've come a long way.
their introduction to the games
You
industry.
must be tired. And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a lot of rest recently.
I mean, I'm just wondering why he has Bloody
Please,
Mary's
Sheriff.
gun.
Relax for a moment, will you? Do you want a drink? Something to eat? Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really, a carpaccio. It's lobster. Sirloin. Well, gramercy me. Take a seat at the very least.
I just don't trust him not to
No?
be drugging us in some capacity.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, it skips
He's
right
not-
past.
Mr. Wolf is
Huh.
our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey. Well, Sheriff, for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're
What?
here?
I didn't
It would
see.
help
That was
settle
too quick.
everyone's nerves, I think.
You're destroying this town. You've been doing it for ages.
Destroying
What
this
brand he
town?
was smoking?
What on earth do you mean?
What the hell do you think I mean? Slavery, kidnapping, extortion, murder? What would you call the wholesale corruption of Fabletown?
I would call it the baseless accusation of a desperate sheriff. How are you certain this isn't some conspiracy against me? I'm a well-connected man, well-moneyed. People do like to take their shots at me.
Who would try to pull that on you?
Sorry, bumped the
Oh, I
mic.
don't know. Fables with a grudge. People who want a stake in my shops and services. But I can understand the confusion, and I'm truly sorry about the trouble all this has caused you.
Your
And I hope
supposed
you
shops
believe
and
me when I
services
say,
fucking
Sheriff,
suck,
that
man.
I sincerely mean to make it up to you. The recent murders that have gotten such attention as of late, I don't relish telling you that they were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you, and to assure you that it's over with. You really don't need to worry yourself further.
An unfortunate bit of business. You're gonna tell me right now who killed him.
Sheriff, I have complete respect for you and your job. I hope you know that. But I simply can't divulge that information.
Why the fuck not?
You really shouldn't worry yourself. As I said, I've got this under control.
No, I'm gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah, right. What do you think this is? Some kind of negotiation? The man said he'd take care of it. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
Oh, they are both here.
Trinity, please.
I'm already pissed off. You don't want to make it worse.
You think I'm scared of you? You're
I mean,
nothing more
yeah,
than
you were in that alley,
I was hoping it
You
wouldn't
were
come to this.
pissing yourself.
In the interest of preserving our alliance. If you have to know, it was Georgie.
Why?
However,
Hurting his own
like
business.
said,
I don't.
I'll be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Georgie.
You got what you wanted, so just...
Sit down. Now.
Yeah, I killed him, so what?
I
You
just.
keep your nose where it fucking belonged. Get your hands off me!
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
And I want to make things right.
Sounds like you
So,
did it for
let's work
him.
something
Because
out.
he's just hurting his
What's there to
business
work out?
otherwise.
I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. That you could murder someone in cold blood like that.
You fucking asked me to do this.
And
You
then
told me
attempt to
kill
blame
him.
me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
The fact that Vivian
She's
is
right,
here
bollocks,
and
sis.
not pissed off at Georgie not beating the
just
shit
gotta
out of
let him
him
do
is
this.
totally baffling.
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie. Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
What the hell?
Take this fucker. Take all of them. I didn't fucking
Don't
start
make
this.
any trouble, Georgie.
Are you seriously throwing me under the fucking carriage after everything I've done for you?
I think I'll be taking both of you.
You're not taking me, you fucking ponce. What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us.
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's
No,
wrong with you
Georgie.
people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the one? Who the shit do you think you fuckers
Just
are?
surrender.
after?
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him. Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
I think
You
I'd
can
like to
go join
watch.
that whore at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit. But he's not taking me anywhere.
Oh yeah, there was
I'll roll over
TJ's.
on the lot of you before I let that shit happen.
What are you saying? Yeah, what the fuck? You're gonna make sure we all go down this shitter with you? I told you.
Let's see how this plays.
This could have gone so well. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
I saw the mirror at the beginning. I was wondering about
Did I
that.
miss anything good?
I know they
Well,
want to
look at
color
you
code the
all
dialogue,
mixed
the
up.
the subtitles, but that they need to make the color different. It's too hard to read.
Take this!
You're done, Wolf.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you, but I'll be glad to see your insides turned out.
Nice one. Why? I didn't want to do that. That was too much. Well, he did murder those women. He probably deserved it. Oh, fuck.
This way.
Jersey jackass.
Come on, Georgie.
Oh, shit.
I know.
You're the one who pulled out a knife, jackass. Vivian, why are you helping him? Also, why did he call Bloody Mary? Why did the Crooked Man call Bloody Mary when she did so little? Wait, what? What is this thing at the bottom? What does that mean? Is that the timer? What is that? Why are these controls so inconsistent? Why is it introducing new things? I'm really concerned with this bar. I don't know why it's there. I'm very concerned that it's getting smaller. I'm very concerned that Wolfman is running around the fucking streets.
Fuck! What was that?
What the fuck do you think? Oh. Well, I didn't realize that was what the lemo was. Nobody told me the lemo was the Crooked Man. That's not cool. Was I supposed to be able to do that? That was pretty fast. Why are you doing this?
Do it!
What is your...
Keep going!
What is your plan? And why am I still climbing instead of finding out where they went? Oh yeah, you're hiding real well here. You really got away. Oh look, just my size and style. Perfect! It even came with a tie! It's fucking convenient, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Yeah, Bigby, when you put a knife 8 inches into somebody's abdomen, that tends to happen. I've already had two achievements, which is concerning me as to the...
I need a minute.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to listen, but I guess we're walking in.
Shit.
Again, controls unclear.
Hello, Bigby. I hoped you'd come to your senses. Crooked Man's the one you want.
I may have to play this
Of course,
twice.
You're too much of an idiot to see that. Or maybe you just like me too much to let me go. That it, Sheriff? Had to say your goodbyes first.
Please, Sheriff. Haven't you done enough? Look at him. He's dying.
You can't seriously want to protect this guy. You know what he did.
I'm not going anywhere.
That's not what I... That's
It
not a
isn't
reaction to
his
what I
fault.
said.
He's a murderer. Faith and Lily, he's the reason they're dead.
Look, I know he made a few mistakes. We all have.
What? He made sure they couldn't talk with those damn ribbons, and then he killed them. You're wearing one yourself. Doesn't that bother you even a little, knowing that man murdered...
Of course it does. Those girls...
So it's all my fucking fault then?
I
You
didn't mean...
fucking... You're gonna throw me to the fucking wolf too? You know I didn't have a goddamn choice. What the fuck? I did what I had to! You can't fucking blame me for that.
Look,
Sometimes you just have to do what you're told. Then it comes back to bite you in the ass because some good-for-nothing crooked bastard decides you're not worth shit anymore.
Why'd you do it then, huh? If it's not your fault, then what the fuck happened?
Yeah, somebody just explain shit to me instead
Faith
of...
and the others tried to pull a run on us. And as you can imagine, the Crooked Man wasn't too thrilled. But of course, the big boss didn't want to get his fucking hands dirty. So he told me to take care of it. You think I don't know what that means? Either I do what he says or I'm the one getting dealt with. So I fucking killed him. And I'd do it again. 'Cause it's not my fault. The Crooked Man gave the order. He told me to kill them.
There's such an inconsistency between, like, his lack of remorse and his belief in his lack of blame.
That's not what I meant. I was just trying
I know what you were trying to do.
You're still the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody held your hand and made you go through with it.
Fine. Believe what you want. I can tell you've made up your mind. Doesn't matter if it's fucking true or
I mean,
not.
that's not exactly the answer I wanted to give, but it's...
Go ahead and kill me then. But it won't bring back Lily or Faith. It won't free your friend Nerissa. And I'm just the sap taking the fall for the whole thing.
Where's Nerissa?
It must be so easy being you. Just come in here and blame me for all this shit. Job's done, right? George is the bad guy. It's all his fucking fault.
No, where is Nerissa?
But what was I supposed to do? You don't know what it's like, Bigby. How could you know? At the end of the day, you're just like him. Coming here, talking about options, like it was that simple.
You could have done anything else. You could have let them go. You could have freed Faith and Lily from those fucking ribbons instead of murdering them.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Then explain
If
it.
I freed them,
Then just explain it.
what would you have me do? Kill her?
Georgie, don't.
It was them or Vivian. So you tell me, if freeing Lily meant she had to die,
What?
do you still think I had a fucking choice?
What are you doing?
I told you, you don't know the fuck about anything.
What are you talking about?
This is the original. The girl with the ribbon. I'm sure you've heard the stories. Couldn't take it off, couldn't talk about it. She used her little purple ribbon to make more of them. To keep our girls quiet. To ensure absolute discretion.
You promised you wouldn't.
Okay.
All that magic is connected to this little thing. You remove hers, and the spell's broken. They're all free. But you know what happens to her? The same thing that happened to Faith.
The
So
heads
don't you
come off.
come in here and tell me I fucked up.
What the hell, Georgie? We were supposed to look out for each other. I trusted you.
You can't fucking blame me. You're not innocent here either.
I don't like any
I
of
know that,
these.
but did it have to be like this?
Wait, those were your ribbons? You're in on this? I thought you cared about them.
I do. Of course I do. You have to understand, nobody was supposed to die. When we built this place, it was just a stupid idea. A gimmick. Discretion is our guarantee. That's how it started anyway. This was supposed to be our place. We were going to be in charge for once, and nobody would try to control us or use us.
Yeah,
That
how
was
the fuck did that
point.
work?
Then the crooked man showed up, and everything just turned to shit.
So, do you get it now? Why I couldn't just... If you still think it's so fucking simple, then you do it. Go right ahead.
How are you even still
her
talking,
then.
man?
What are you doing?
Break the spell.
Jesus.
Save the fucking
I can't
day.
believe that's an
Damn it,
option.
I told you. Sometimes all your options are shit.
We'll find another way. She doesn't have to die. Maybe the
Don't
witches
talk
can...
about me like I'm not even here, please. You
I
think
mean,
this
you're
is
not a
right for you?
character.
My life is such a fucking burden on your conscience. Don't I get a say? It's my
You haven't
life.
said shit, so
Like it was either of yours to give up in the first place.
I wasn't really...
Just shut up. What makes you think you can just...
What is this reaction?
I know what I've done.
Wait.
I'm sick of everyone thinking that they can just do what they want with my life. I thought it would be different here. But it's all the fucking...
Vivian, I didn't mean...
Do you think I wanted to be this person? What I did to Faith and Lily? To all of them.
Vivian, wait.
Every day I have to look Gwen and Hans in the eye and pretend I don't care. I have to forget what I've done to them. What I took away from them. I look at Nerissa and I hate myself.
Vivian.
I can't pretend anymore.
What are you doing?
Vivian, don't. Vivian, no! Fuck! No, 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 no! Why'd you have to do that, Vivian? Vivian! Shit! Vivian, I didn't fucking mean it. I was just... Oh.
Pie.
Oh, fuck!
Get up.
Dude, his gut...
Up! Don't think so, Bigby.
Bigby, what did you think was
I'm gonna die here. I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the Crooked Man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, alright? For both of us. You know,
I kind of want to give him the sassy answer, but...
Make a promise to a dying man.
He's gonna have it worse. Don't worry.
Good. Old foundry by the river, alright? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole. You wanna finish me off now? Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my limbs off one by one? That's what you wanna do, right? Well, whatever it is, just get it over with.
That's not who I am.
Prove it then. No more games, alright? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick. I know what I did.
This doesn't explain what I'm gonna do. You chose to let Georgie suffer is a little bit...
What? You're just gonna leave me here?
I won't be a killer, Georgie.
I don't really like that resolution, but...
Fuck you!
They didn't tell me how I was gonna do it, and I'm really worried that Wolfie would, like, pull out his claws and rip his head off. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm worried about it. This is the last episode. It's not like it's gonna suddenly come back to haunt me. Maybe it will. Maybe that is a telltale thing. Just to give you one last jab in the final moments. That was a hell of a scene. Oh my god. Okay. None of this is going as planned, but I suppose that is consistent with, like, narratively how they want this to be. The problem is that with a game like this, now, because so much of the so-called gameplay of a Telltale game or another game like it is so intimately related to the story being told, much more so than most games. I mean, the vast majority of games that you play, you do gameplay, and then it switches to a cutscene, or a story scene. Then you do gameplay, then story scene. They're fairly divorced from one another. In this case, it feels so much worse when things don't go your way because of the fact that even in these cases where clearly it's a failure of design that like I don't get to make the choices that I want to, either because the writers didn't think we were smart enough to get to the points that they could have potentially written, that I am thinking in my head and going, why is this going this way? You know. But because I am making dialogue choices but I'm not given the ones I want, or it's a weird play out, and it feels extra bad that it's not going my way. Anyway, we'll follow up on this in the next episode. Yikes.